everybody know we're talking about Cheech and Chong's album, Big Bamboo. It actually came with a real rolling paper.
Yeah, huge. Just across I think it was across the double album.
Dude, you have a flip phone.
Respect. I do.
You stepped out.
OTG, brother.
Yeah, you figured it out.
Create less data.
Yeah.
That's my motto.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. Well, two things. One, your phone is always fucking with you. It's notifying and, and I just didn't want to be a part of that anymore. I wanted to, be a little more connected to life outside.
You can still call people.
Well, this is actually a new flip phone from T-Mobile, Alcatel, and it has KaiOS, which is so it's not really a trackable OS, although Google put an investment
you're serious
into
about this?
Oh, I'm very serious about it.
Okay,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And so all the apps are they're all tracking you. They're all doing all kinds of shit. But initially, really, just to not be a slave to this thing.
Yeah.
And the further I got into it, the more I liked it. And you don't really need it. Now, I have a device with me that's off. This works as a hotspot, so I can turn it into a hotspot if I really, really, really needed to do something. But what do you need?
Right.
Text, phone call.
Right.
And if there's something that I really need to look up, you just turn around and say, hey, can someone Google this for me? And they do it. There's always someone around.
Are you texting on that thing?
Yeah.
Do you T9? Is that what you're doing?
They have it's like a T9. It's a little bit better. It's their version of predictive texting. It's I really am serious about it.
Well, you should be.
Yeah, everyone should be.
Yeah.
We have all this cool shit, all this great technology, but the business model fucked us all.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, 6 years ago, I had the first Amazon Echo. I'm like, this is groundbreaking. Dvorak, my co-host, he was laughing at me. He's like, why would you bring a spy device into your house? I said, look, I'm just testing this out. If it had an Apple logo on it, everyone would be losing their shit right now, but it didn't. And I loved it. Hooked it up to the lights, had all that stuff going. And then as I started to understand what it was really doing and what it's really communicating, all these things, right down to like your Roku remote, you pick that up, it's communicating with home base. Mm-hmm. So all this stuff, so I got rid of all of it. Just got rid of it.
I was listening to one of Sam Harris's podcasts, and he was talking with someone that said, and they had a really great quote, that we didn't realize that our data was something valuable.
Right.
We didn't realize it was a commodity, and it was being sold, not just a commodity that's kind of valuable, but insanely valuable.
Extremely, yeah.
That's where Facebook makes all their money. That's where Google makes all their money.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody.
They make it from your data, and you never really understood what you were doing when you signed off to give that data away.
Yep.
When you signed the terms of agreements, and you're like, yeah, whatever. And nobody reads through that shit.
You know what's even more egregious is there's a company called Plaid, Plaid, and just sold to Visa for, I think, $4 or $5 billion. And it's the financial back end, or kind of like a bridge between all these apps that can do stuff with your bank account and your bank account. So if you have an app like Venmo or name any payment
Cash app.
I didn't want to disparage anyone who might be advertising on your show.
It doesn't matter. It's okay.
Cash app too.
PayPal. Does PayPal do it?
PayPal has their own system, but what you do is you sign up and you literally give this app your username and log into your bank account. Instead of an API or some kind of programming interface, just lets the app talk to your bank account and put money in, take it out. It can do anything. In fact, it is just like screen scraping. It can go through anything that's connected to your bank account. It can look at, and they do. And Credit Karma, another great example of it. And they are just sucking out all of your information. When you pay your bills, who you pay first, why, if you have, what your pattern is of credit card payment, moving stuff around. So you think you're just using it as a utility, but they're tracking your fucking life.
Dude, you're really concerned about this.
Well, everybody will get the world they deserve, So I'm trying to protect myself and people I love. Also, the drone can't target me that easily with this, So I'm protecting you, Joe.
Thank you. It seems somewhat inevitable, right, that this connection that we have to technology gets deeper and deeper into our lives. But what disturbs me is that there's these giant corporations that are not just profiting off of our connection, but then they're using that money and that influence to affect a lot of things in our culture.
Well, they're enslaving you.
Yeah.
So Credit Karma is a great example, which also just sold for $7 billion. It was literally changing your behavior to get a higher credit score. And this credit score isn't really even an official credit score. It's the one that they kind of made up. So they'll say, pay your utilities on time, then we'll raise your credit score. Your credit score is higher. Now we can lend you this money. You see, so they're training people to do certain things, like the Progressive app for insurance. It's training you to drive in a quote-unquote responsible manner, because you get discounts if you don't brake too hard, if you're not accelerating, if you're not breaking speed limits, etc.
Is it hooked up to the GPS? So it knows, So it knows your speeds and everything. It's monitoring it?
Everything. Your braking velocity, all of that shit. Oh, yeah.
So they take that into consideration every month?
That's the whole point. The point is to train the user to be a good, fiscally good person,
and
whatever that means.
And you'll do that just because you want to save some money?
Well, of course everyone does that. And you're going to be forced into it. Like, I just got health insurance, new health insurance. And download the app. And if you download the app, we'll give you a break. Why? Because they're going to tell me to do things. This app is saying, now it's small things, but it'll start telling you, stand up, move around. And if you follow it, then you'll get a discount. So we're really, really becoming enslaved.
I feel lazy in this world. There's two that make me feel you and The Rock. You fuckers don't look like you ever sleep, man.
No days off. That's why I love his unattractive ass. He's he's a person that motivates me, inspires me, and the fact that we're co-workers, we're friends. I think it's a blessing. It's a blessing to be around that.
Yeah.
Because it truly it's uplifting. It just makes you weed out the circle. When you're around people that truly give you some good, serve a good value to you in your life, you then look at those that don't, and you can then push away. So I'm big on personality. I'm big on energy. I'm big on will and wants. I believe that is contagious. So if you have a bunch of laziness and a bunch of bullshit around you, naturally it's going to feed off. You're going to find yourself becoming what's in your environment. So
I feel the exact same way. And when I see a guy like him,
I see that in you.
I see that in you.
That's what
I feel like I've seen an Avatar. I see you. I see you. Yeah, but a guy like that, I always wonder, how much of that is, I've had sleep experts on the podcast that tell you, there's real problems if you don't get enough sleep. You have a much higher risk of Alzheimer's, all these other serious issues. But I see a guy like The Rock, I'm like, how the fuck does he sleep?
Well,
where's the room for sleep?
That's true. I can't say that I've witnessed the sleep patterns. But he's a late ass, so he does. I know he's sleeping at some point because we're like, what are we waiting on? What are we waiting on, DJ? God damn it, he's probably getting his rest, which is well deserved. But when you say you had these sleep experts and stuff on, it's always a thing that I go back and forth about, because what is enough sleep? I'm a person, I function high off of 6 to 7 hours.
Yeah,
6-7 hours. I'm functioning.
Yeah.
5 hours, I'm great. Do I do the 5-hour thing all the time? No. But if I have to, I'm fine. I don't need the 8 and the 9. I feel like that's too much for me. I'm an early riser, and now that I'm getting older, if I can get in that bed by 9:30 or 10 on an off work day, I'm very happy with that. But then I'm up at 5:30.
Right.
I'm up at 5. So what is enough sleep? What did they tell you is enough sleep?
It really depends on the person. There are people that have a gene where they can just sleep 4 hours a night.
I got that.
Fine. You might got it.
I got that. What is that? Does that mean my blood is gold? What is that? What is it?
It just means you got special genes.
Goddamn right, I'm an alien.
Yeah,
I got some shit.
Well, there are people that just don't need as much. They can go a long time without sleep.
Diagnose me. I'm one of those people.
You might be. I bet a lot of high functioning people are, because your body tends to, you get more efficient. You're always going. You're always burning hard. So your body's like, when it's time to shut down, it's like, shut down, get that 5-6 hours in. All right, back
then
to
you're
work.
Good.
Let's
but
go.
I will confess this. I am an amazing cat napper. Yeah, I'm one of those guys.
That's a good move.
If you stop talking to me long enough, I'm gonna fall asleep right here. It's something about silence,
really,
and just not doing anything, and I just
Well, that's probably you're probably going on momentum all the time. You're probably going on motivation and momentum.
Okay.
And then when your body has this break, your body's like, we could use a little sleep right here.
That's 100% right.
Yeah.
I'm dead serious. I know for sure that's accurate because I'll catnap in a heartbeat.
Do you feel like you've hit a good balance? So this is what I always wonder about with guys like you or guys like The Rock. When I look at your Instagram, your social media, and you're just constantly going like, God damn. Do you ever feel like you do too much? Like, maybe I just need to take a little break here. Do you ever feel like that?
I think the perception definitely perceives reality. You know, what looks like so much isn't always so much because you have a schedule. And, you know, within that schedule, there's the things that mean the most that come and act as downtime. You know, me in my house is downtime, even though it's still active and I got to be dad and I'm with the kids and the wife and this conversation and I'm running around and I'm back and forth. That still acts as downtime for me. Like I'm shutting the work off. So the phone is in the office. I'm not going back to get it until the morning, and it's all conversation. It's all TV. It's all Taco Tuesdays. It's couch and cuddling, you know, baby time, whatever. That's my downtime because I've taken a step outside of the other shit.
That's wise.
That's what I think I do very well. I can step outside the other shit. I can separate it. So I think when you're able to do that, then you're managing your mental. You know what I mean? Like if it's always one thing all the time, that's how you fucking drive yourself crazy because you're never shutting it off.
Yeah.
And I think I do a good job of shutting this off and focusing on this. Like when I'm with my family, I'm with my family. Nothing interjects or comes in between.
That's fantastic. That's so important.
That's 100%.
That's beautiful. If you
100%
figured
true.
that out, that's